Hi, my name is Warren and I am the product genius here at South Shore Mini. I'd like to congratulate you once again on your new MINI Clubman. In this video, I'd like to provide you with an introductory tutorial and overview of your new Clubman. I'd like to work from left to right and explain many of the features and functions packed into your new Mini. Starting on the driver's door panel, we find the controls for the side view mirrors. The toggle will allow you to select either the left or the right side. The joystick will allow you to make adjustments. Below, we find the 4 window controls, and these are one-touch automatic up and down. The button at the bottom here is going to disable the rear window controls in case you have kids or pets back there and don't want them accidentally opening or closing the window. Up on the driver's door handle, you find the unlock and lock button for the doors. Moving around on the left side of the steering column, you will find a control switch for your headlights. The position they're currently in is fully automatic over on the left, and that will manage your headlights day and night. The little round button here with the graphic on it is going to turn on or off your fog lights. The wheel on the right side here is going to change the brightness of your instrument cluster at nighttime. Finally, tucked just behind the steering column adjustment lever, you have the button for your heated steering wheel. Moving over to your digital instrument cluster here, you will find the tachometer on the left. You'll find your speed displayed digitally straight in the center of the display. You'll also find time, temperature, and estimated range until empty, as well as in the little white box, the speed limit of the road you're currently driving on. On the right side, you'll find your fuel gauge displayed by the segmented white bars. And at the very bottom of your display, you will find a variety of driving information. Your odometer will be always on the left, and you can toggle through different information on the right side by pressing the BC button on the end of the turn signal. Each time I press it, you'll see a different piece of information displayed here at the bottom. You'll see things like engine temperature, average miles per gallon, overall miles per gallon, instantaneous miles per gallon, average speed, and a trip odometer. You also have 2 buttons on the very end. The top one, as we looked at previously, is for the board computer. The button on the bottom, which has a headlight symbol with an A, is going to activate your automatic high beams. So at nighttime, instead of turning your high beams on manually by pressing the stick forward, you can instead press the automatic high beam button. Your high beams will come on, and then if there's an oncoming car, they'll automatically dim until the car passes. The stalk on the right side is going to control your wipers. It is stenciled on here as to what each position does. Bringing the stick up to the first position from off is going to be the automatic mode. You can see the green light illuminated. In the automatic mode, the wipers will be rain sensing, and they will automatically start and stop as necessary. You can adjust the sensitivity of automatic by adjusting this inner dial from slow to fast. Twisting the end of the wiper control will allow you to activate the rear wipers. Moving on to the steering wheel, you do find paddle shifters. Minus and plus allow you to downshift and upshift and control the transmission manually. The buttons here on the left side are going to be for cruise control. In order to activate cruise control, you'll press the center round button. You can then make adjustments to your speed by pressing plus or minus. Pressing cancel will cancel, or tapping the brake pedal will also cancel the cruise control. The button marked lim stands for limit, and that is separate from the cruise control, and it allows you to create a speed limiter so you don't accidentally go faster than whatever speed you've set. So pressing the button, you can see here in the digital cluster, I see limit, and I see it's currently set at 20 miles an hour, and I can increase that by pressing the plus. I could set it for 70 miles per hour, for example. You can see that displayed here at the top. Pressing it once more turns off the limiter. Everything on the right side is going to be entertainment related. We have volume control at our fingertips. The up and down arrows will allow us to go through radio stations here in our digital cluster. If we were playing music off of our phone, we could go between previous and next track. The phone button will allow us to answer or hang up an active phone call. And the button above that, showing a person speaking, is going to be for voice commands with the car. Moving over to the center part of our car, and starting from top to bottom, we find our hazard or flashers right here. The button next to it will allow us to activate or deactivate intelligent safety systems. When the ring is green, all of our systems are activated. Pressing the button turns it orange and allows us to selectively activate or deactivate our available intelligent safety systems. Press it once more, it turns green, and all three systems have been reactivated. Of course, in the center, we find our touchscreen central display. We can swipe and we can tap to select different categories, but we can also use the controller down here on the center console to navigate through the various menus. Over on the left, we will find all of our main categories: media for music, communication for your phone, navigation if your vehicle is equipped with the navigation system, MINI, which is going to be all of your settings, and apps. Just below the display, you will find band and mode, which are ways of toggling through AM, FM, satellite radio, and if your phone was paired, you could also toggle through that as a source for music. The arrow keys allow you to jump between radio stations, as you can see here. The buttons here at the bottom, 1 through 6, are going to be shortcut buttons. And these buttons can be programmed to anything within the MINI operating system. In order to store one of the buttons, like for a radio station or for a phone number, you simply need to highlight the item and press and hold the button. So if I wanted to store 90.9, simply make sure it's highlighted, press and hold, and I've stored this station onto button 1. I do have another in-depth tutorial video on these 6 shortcut buttons, so make sure you check that video out as well. The knob in the center will be volume.
Things considered, please stay with us. I'm Mary Louise Kell.
And pressing the button will mute and unmute the audio source. Moving down, you find your climate control. In this case, we have the dual zone automatic climate control. You can set a temperature for the driver and the passenger side independently, and you can control the fan speed with the center dial. All of the buttons below are going to be climate related. You'll have driver's heated seat starting on the left, front defrost, rear defrost, recirculated air, air conditioning, max air conditioning, as well as the passenger's heated seat. The toggle switches at the very bottom, starting on the left, you'll find A off, which is currently lit orange. This switch will allow you to activate or deactivate the fuel-saving start-stop system. This system will turn off the engine when you come to a complete stop in order to save fuel. When the light is lit, the engine will stay on and this system is deactivated. When the light is off, the engine can turn off and the system is active. Start-stop button here in the center. Toggle switch to the right is going to disable your traction control. Finally, the switch all the way to the right, labeled with sport and green, is going to be for your driving modes. Your Mini has 3 driving modes. Pushing the switch up will bring us into sport, which is going to be a more dynamic, higher performance setting. You're going to feel tighter handling, increased acceleration. Overall, it's really a very fun mode to drive in. Pressing it down brings us back to mid. Mid is our default mode that your car will start up in every time you turn it on. And then pressing it down once more brings us into green. And green is going to be, of course, the most efficient mode. It's going to allow you to achieve your best fuel economy and also increase your range as a result. Moving down into the center console, we find our shifter here in the center. To engage a gear, make sure you press the button on the left with your thumb as you move the shifter back or forward. To put the car in park, you simply press the P button here at the top. Just below, we find the controller that we can use to operate the central display. Twisting the knob allows us to scroll, and pressing it down allows us to select. The buttons at the top are all hard keys to go to the different categories. The menu key in the center will always take you back to the main menu. Over to the left, we have our electronic parking brake. Simply pull up to activate it, and the light comes on red, and push down to release it. Moving up top, we're going to find a variety of lighting controls. These 4 switches are going to all be for lights. Starting on the left, we have the driver's reading light. We have all of the interior lighting. The center switch is going to open or close your sunroof. Pulling it back is going to open, and pushing it forward is going to close. This switch here with the little picture of a sun is going to actually change the color of your ambient lighting. You can see these little spotlights here are changing color. You'll also see ambient lighting throughout your car. And the switch all the way on the right is going to do the passenger reading light. Underneath this cover, you're going to have your SOS button. Pressing the orange button is going to dial Mini Assist for emergency roadside assistance. And the light over here on the right simply indicates that the passenger airbag is turned off when someone is not sitting in the seat. Thank you for joining me for this introductory overview of your new MINI Clubman. As always, please feel free to reach out to me with any specific questions that you may have. Make sure to check out the rest of our YouTube channel for many helpful tutorial videos. And subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with the latest content that comes out. Once again, my name is Warren and I'm the product genius here at South Shore Mini. Take care.